Okay, Shalom, Akim. I'm the brother Amar. I come in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rukakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, and shalom to you brothers out there preaching the word of sincerity and truth. Of course, call halal Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rukakadash. As always, needs to be said before and after. But I'm the brother Amar. I'm in the DMV area, and basically I wanted to go into the prophets, man. The prophets coming out to tell the people what's to come, what's going on, and what happened in the past. And you have a lot of jakes out there. They don't want to listen. They don't want to hearken unto the Lord, which evidently the prophets of the Lord are the mouth of the Lord. He's not just gonna come directly and talk to you guys. It's like, hey, look, this is what you need to do. Nah, man, he's gonna send men out there. He's gonna send men. He's gonna try to show you, but it takes some hearkening for you to understand that, So, because you got some jakes out there, they love oppression, man. They like to be oppressed, and then you got the jakes that like to do the oppressing, along with Esau's oppression, man. And jakes are already being beaten up and mangled, through Esau's system. But jakes, once they get some type of money, they want to look down on Jake, and they have a certain mind and stuff like that, Just totally forget about jakes and deal with Esau, But they didn't. That's why a lot of these jakes, they sell out, man. Well, forget these N-words, these niggas, man. Because these niggas, they're not willing to work hard for anything. They're not willing to go to bed early and wake up early, and grind and become a better person, someone that's sharpening their skills for their work, But I'm gonna go into First Kings, the 22nd chapter, and I'm gonna just start at the 7th verse, man. Because the prophet, I'm gonna go into it, man, because I want to speak on it. This is 1 Kings 22 and verse 7. And Jehoshaphat said, "Is there?" Because Jehoshaphat, the king of Judah, he wanted to go to war with Syria, and he wanted to inquire of the Lord before he went and did that. That's why you jakes out there, man. It's good to speak your ideas out to other jakes, man. Even though things is going good, you should always consider to talk your ideas out, get some counsel, and see and weigh out your options. It makes your mind more clear. And the king, verse 7, and Jehoshaphat said, "Is there not here a prophet of the Lord besides, that we might inquire of him?" And the king of Israel said unto Jehoshaphat, "There is yet one man, Micaiah the son of Imlah, by whom we may inquire of the Lord. But I hate him, for he doeth not prophesy good concerning me, but evil." And Jehoshaphat said, "Let not the king say so." Right? Because the king of Israel didn't want to inquire, man, because he had nothing bad to say unto him. People don't want to inquire of the Lord, because the Lord is gonna give you what people call the straight and skinny. It's gonna be to the point. Hey, look, do this, do that. And Jake don't want to get out of their comfort zone, and that's what it really is, man. That comfort zone, you just wanting to stay in that one little ditch, that trench. But that's not the case, man. That's not how the Lord gets down, man. He wants you to explore. He wants you to go and discover things, man. You gotta be an explorer in this truth, because then you're able to help add value to the body, right? And right, but that was about it. But he said, "I hate him, for he doeth not prophesy good concerning me, but evil." Right? But he's like, "Hey, man, you still got to go inquire, because that's just what it is, man." There's a lot of people, they don't want to hear the right thing. They want to hear the wrong thing. and we're gonna go into that. But let me get to another one. All right. So concerning the prophets, when the prophets come around, people are supposed to tremble, right? The scriptures say, "Shall a horn be blown in the city, and the people be not afraid?" These people are. That's how you. Hey, these people are crazy, man. These people are here when they, like certain towns, a fire happens or something happens, and like they lit off the siren. Some that siren is going off right now, and people are not like flashing lights are not happening, warning signs. Light bulbs are not going off. They're just totally dismal, and that's how Esau likes to have you people, just totally zombified, man. Just like machines, man. You guys are machines out there, just machine. This sheep leading to the slaughter, man. Like Jake just gave up, man. A lot of Jakes have given up, man. I remember my mom, when we coming into the truth, trying not to eat pork, getting into the yellow 5 and red 40 and stuff like that, trying not to eat that stuff. And my mom and my little brother's father said, man, this basically pork in everything, man. You can't run from it. Like even in turkey bacon, certain turkey bacon, they got pork in it. So, this is 1 Samuel 16 and verse 4. And Samuel did that which the Lord spake, and came to Bethlehem, and the elders of the town trembled at his coming, and said, "Comest thou peaceably?" Right? So he was inquiring, hey man, the elders of the Bethlehem were trembling at his coming. Why? Because hey, when a prophet comes around, he's gonna let you know. He's gonna basically make bare the leg. He's gonna let you know of your sins and your wrongdoings, and you're gonna receive a judgment for that. That's why they were scared. Like, yo, fuck, damn shit, that type of stuff. But the people don't care, man. Our people. It's like you always have those cousins, man. They just don't get it. They don't get it. They mess up, go back to jail, mess up, come out, do the same things over and over again. Like, when are you gonna understand that there was a culture created for you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to destroy each other? Like, literally, man. I live here in Baltimore. Today I was working, and this guy, he just got out the car, and you hear a noise, you look, it's like, well, I looked at Jake looked at me, and then you could tell, like, Jake kind of wanted a problem. So I gotta kind of look away, because it's like, yeah, I'm at work right now. I can't be, I fighting with a guy, that wants some beef, man. And that's how these Jakes are, man. They got total massive demons on them, man, looking to totally lose their whole entire life off of 1 minute of eye contact. Totally kill a nigga. Totally kill a nigga. Hey, that's how you know this is spiritual, man. This is so spiritual, and it's super deep, man, because a lot of these Jakes don't see that. Why the hell these Jewish men own everything, and then they promote to kill Jakes? Like NWA. I don't know the guy's name. I think his name was Jerry. Hey man, he was pushing that hardcore rap, killing cops, this and this and that, being just a gangster, just a hard thug. But now, Jakes, they took that also gangster rap, and they took drug addict rap and slinging drugs rap, and mixed it all into one, and now you got this hippity hoobah blue blah stuff, man. It's totally out of whack, man. Jake is totally gone, man, and they're gonna continue to reject the Lord, man. But the Lord is not gonna. The Lord's he's not gonna keep having this, man. He's not gonna keep having this. Hey man, everybody has a point, Everybody has a point to where they had enough, man. This is Jeremiah 5 verse 3. O Lord, are not thy eyes upon the truth? thou hast stricken them, but they have not grieved. They have refused to receive correction. They have made their faces harder than a rock. They have refused to return. Therefore I say, surely these are poor. Yeah, they're poor, man. They're poor of the knowledge of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. They don't understand that Esau is ruined for a reason, you know? And the Most High didn't do this because, oh man, it was in Baruch, you know? Baruch 4. And man, we're in this predicament because of, we moved the Most High to wrath, man. But Jake don't see that, man. The more and more we try to do something, man, the Lord, he corrects us like, nah, I want you to do this. Don't go off your own mind. Go according to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Right? So this is Baruch 4 and 6. You were sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because ye moved the Most High to wrath. You were delivered unto the enemies, right? So we're delivered unto the enemies, not for our destruction, but because we moved to the Most High to wrath, man. You know, so hey, Jake's out there just need to leave certain things in the world alone. The scriptures talk about use the world, but don't abuse it. You start abusing things, the Lord's gonna hurt you. You know, all of a sudden, you know, something bad happens. You know, it's like something out of the ordinary. But we are supposed to catch hell, so because there is a balance. But you know when you messing up, man. You know the Lord, and you know when the Lord like, hey, motherfucker, you know, what the fuck is wrong with you? And then you gotta tighten up and cut things off, man. You guys, and that's what we are, man. You know, we got once you realize what you need to do, you do it, and you don't look back. Because if you look back on the world, man, you're showing too much care for it, man. So you gotta learn how to cut it off. And that's the first couple of things you need to. That's the first things you learn. The dietary law, you know. The Sabbath, you know, those are restrictions. Right? Jeremiah 5, verse 4. Therefore I said, surely these are poor, they are foolish, for they know not the way of the Lord, nor the judgment of the power. I will get me unto a great but yeah, that was it, man. They don't know the judgment of the Lord. You know, that's why they continue to do the things that they want to do, or they continue to do the things that they are doing. Right? But hey, that's why this is another point, because Jake does not like to have correction, right? Because the Lord gave us His words. So let me read this. This is Jeremiah 5, verse 14. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of hosts, because ye speak this word, behold, I will make my words in thy mouth fire, and this people wood, and it shall devour them. Yeah, so when we speak the words of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai to these people, hey, they get offended, their face get hard, like they want to fight and kill us. Man, they killed the prophets, man. They killed the prophets, man. So you don't think we're gonna have to suffer some type of persecution and beatings? You know? Hey, man, it's just no one never said this was gonna be easy, you know. But this is something we just gotta go through. Like, but the Lord, hey, you take care of the Lord's gonna take care of you, man. You know, without a doubt. Without a doubt, it should not be a doubt in anyone's mind. Think not that the Lord will you taking care of the Lord and the Lord won't take care of you. Don't even put that in your mind. Hey, the Lord got you, man. The Lord got you. Let me get this. Job. Yeah, this is a sad man. It's a sad thing to watch. Jake just twirled down the drain like this. But forget it, man. The scriptures say, sorrow not for them that which are asleep. You know? Hey, forget them, man. Yeah, of course, yeah, it's sad, but we're not gonna be like, oh man, you know, Jake's just messed up, man, you know. You're not supposed, sometimes we be like, damn, Jake's just done, Jake is done. You see Jake over there doped out on the streets, leaning, holes in his shoe, begging for change, saying they want to go get something to eat, knowing damn well they about to go buy some drug or alcohol, This is Job 41, verse 21. Job 41 and 21. His breath kindleth coal, and a flame goeth out of his mouth. Right, talking about the prophets of the Lord, man. Because Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai gave us the words, so we're supposed to push these words out there. But these people, man, they're super hard-headed, and they don't want to hearken. So let me grab this too. I got it right there. So I wrote it down. Isaiah 33, man. You already know. You brothers already know what I'm about to get. What I'm about to go to. But it's for the people that don't. People that don't know, you gotta listen. This is Isaiah 30. This is Isaiah 30, verse 10, which say to the seers, "See not." Right, the seers back in the day, those were the prophets. They back in the day, and they still call the seers today. But the people don't want these prophets. They don't want the prophets to see. They don't want. They want to live in darkness because they love it like that. They want to wake up in the morning, live off their mom, go sell some drugs, wait for the night to come, go rob some people, hit the club, buy some bottles, try to get a woman or two. The only women that's available is women that are taken, man. But the women that are taken, they're the easiest ones to get. That's a curse, man. Which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not. Unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceit. Get you out of the way, turn aside, out of the path. Cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Therefore, thus saith the Lord, thus saith the Holy One of Israel, because ye despise this word and trust in oppression and perverseness and stay thereon. Right, man? They stay thereon on the wickedness, man. Jake don't want to put down their bad habits. They don't want to put down their bad habits. They rather stay in those bad habits, get killed by Esau, and just be a thug just be rough and tough all day. That there's no wisdom in that. There's no life in that. It only leads to death. Being a gangster, rapping, selling drugs, and shooting people, it all leads to death, man. And everybody tells you when a lot of men go to jail, they come out of jail, they leave that shit alone. Turn to Muslims, Christians, whatever. But they're going to straight and narrow because they don't want to go back to jail. Hey, that's a place you don't want to go, man. Once you in there, you in there for. Some people break out of jail, but the majority of them don't. For a reason, man. Right? Let me get another one. Oh yeah, and get into that word, oppression. Psalm 62. Keep playing. I don't want a commercial to come on. Psalm 62, verse 10. Trust not in oppression, and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. Right. So don't trust in oppression, man. Jake's out here, they're bugged out. They're bugged out, man. They like to see Esau digging in Jake's butt, man, and then record it. Jake like to get riches and then be like, yeah, I did that. I did that all by myself. Hey, man, there ain't nothing that comes but from heaven above, man. Anything that comes to you is from the Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai. Alright, so let me get that word oppression. Let me get ahead and close it out. Oh, let me cause I looked it up in Google, right? So I'm gonna just do it real fast. So right, it says oppression. It says prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment or control. And I was just like, damn, like, I looked this up before, but it's good to go back over it, man, because these people are being oppressed, you know. And it's clear as day, man. It's the rich man doing it to you. Everyone knows the 1%. What they don't pay taxes or whatever. They drink blood. They do all types of crazy stuff, and they know this, but yet they still do the things that they do. And it's like they know. Oh my gosh, they know that where they live at is it's low income. That the property value is no good because they live there. But if Jake would just turn their ways around, the property value will go up. They get back into the education, getting back into their own stuff. But Esau totally brain fucked them, to where they put what was that called? Segregation, man. Segregation was a big thing, after the slavery thing with the Emancipation Proclamation went down. Jake had their own stuff, but then Jake wanted to get with Esau and start to be more like Esau, go to Esau school, but they had their own things, But Jake wanted to come, and that's where they started televising those things, making it broad, like, why we can't go to Esau school? Like, yo, man, you was doing a lot better without Esau, to be all the way real. And now that Esau didn't put this education in you, dumbed you down, now you're just total retards. Back in the day, at least you black power, at least you had something to stand for. You had Jakes that was actually smart enough to not mess with Edomites. Now Jake is just all, you got certain Jakes, certain Jakes is just, they're all about Edomites, man. They all about Edomites, which is not a big deal, but I'm just saying, just like certain Jakes have been brainwashed to love Edomites. There's nothing wrong with you liking an Edomite woman. The woman look good, shit. You gonna want to get a taste, get a drink. Oh yeah, oppression. So it says oppression. This is etymology online. All right, it says cruel or unjust use of power or authority. Right, it's Latin. A pressing down, violence, oppression. It says press against, press together, right, Joe? These Jakes out here, they do it to themselves. They be out there selling drugs on one block, then they be scheming on another Jake, oh man, this block is cool, we want to go sell drugs over there, so we go do a drive-by and kill those Jakes. Now they hustling on that block. But then, long and behold, that vicious cycle comes back around to where you got Jake want to retaliate. So now they're gonna go kill Jakes that didn't kill their friends. And it's like, man, it's just a revolving door, man. It's just Jakes killing Jakes because of revenge, But there's no one killing the Edomites. There's no one robbing the Edomites. They ain't going out to those rich white neighborhoods and taking that stuff, man. They go to Jake's house with Jake's on Section 8. They just probably got some income tax return, or they came on a settlement. They brought a big TV and some speakers, and they got a nice car now. They want to go take his rims and take stuff out of his house. Like, we not fucking being oppressed together, Jake is totally retarded. This is yo, man. That's how man. We gotta, for you to be free off this from certain things, man, you gotta come to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And it says, press against, press together, press down. Yeah, man, Jake be down, man. You go to prison, come out of prison, you got those felonies, man. You can't get certain things, man. You're restricted. You're messed up. Figuratively, crush, put down, subdue. Yeah, man, they be doing Jake and then beating Jake up in the back of the police car. I never forget this one time. I was coming home, so I used to live in Staten Island. We would come home from South Beach, and I never forget it, man. I was like, me and my brother, we was late getting home. We thought our mom was gonna beat us and stuff. It's Jake. You can tell he was selling drugs and shit. It went. The detectives they hopped out on him, gun butted. I seen that. They gun butted him, put him up against the car, and he was yelling like, "Help! Help! They're raping me!" You know, clearly he put the drugs up somewhere, probably up his rectum, because they was like, "Help! They raping me!" You know, Jake came out with a recorder and stuff. Like certain Jakes came out, and then they brought the paddy wagon, or they just brought an undercover police van. You know, they threw that nigga in the van. You seen that van shaking. And where I used to live at, it was a 2-lane street, really busy street. But these detectives were so brave and courageous, yeah, yo, that they like, it's a 2-lane street. They had one, they parked right here, and then they had the van, and they came around. So it's just like they blocked that shit off, and I don't know what they was doing in that van, but I know it wasn't. You know, they were probably beating the crap out of him because he wanted to put his hand in some wickedness. You know, and I go to say like, hey, you don't need to do that stuff, man. Leave it alone. But all right, I'm gonna continue. I'm making this kind of long. It says press down, figuratively crush, press. It said my bad. It says figuratively crush, put down, subdue, persecute. You know, persecute. It says It says persecute relentlessly. Yeah, man, Jake be getting gunned down. Brothers be sending stuff. I don't be, it's like I've been built to callous off of certain things. It's like, I'm just waiting for the nukes, man. I want martial law. Like, I want Jake to be roused up. It says my bad. It says Latin. It says in late Latin, to rape. Yeah, Jake be getting raped. That's crazy. That's crazy. It says against. It says to press, hold fast, cover. It says compress. It says strike. It says meaning, action of weighing on someone's mind or spirit. And yeah, we be getting weighed down, man. Got all these bills, cable bills. Just keep phone and cable bills just keep rising and rising. The price of everything is just keep rising. It's like, but one thing that's not rising is the pay wages, man. But yet they're gonna want to jump pay wages from like $7 to $15 an hour, from $7.50 or whatever, $9-10 an hour to $15 an hour. And we all know, if you have any type of sense, that when you do that, inflation is gonna happen, man. The prices of everything is gonna go up. So I hope you brothers was edified. Bashem Shai, Barak Thumb. Call Halal Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakadash, the bonds of apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. I'm the brother Amar from the DC camp. I'm going to say Shalom.